back everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back to another fold episode. Today we are going to be cooking a dish that I loved as a kid and it has never changed. Placek po zbójnicku, aka robber's cake, is a dish which combines 2 pancakes and pork stew. Let me show you how to make it.
Let's start from the top, dicing onions or shallots, either one will do. The reason why I like to cut a bunch is just because I can put it into a box. Saves me time on other things and I don't have to cut onions. Win-win. Afterwards, just tidy up your board and start cutting the meat. For this dish I use pork shoulder. This is a traditionally when it comes to this dish, but it's also because it's cheap. There is a good reason for it. By stewing the meat, you break down the connective tissues and fibers in the meat, which results in tender and soft pork. When the meat is cut, set it aside and tidy up as you go. Now start frying the onions. I use butter in this case and fry the onions for about 2 minutes. After the time is up, put the pork in the pot. Additionally, I add in spices like paprika, cumin, turmeric, bit of salt, allspice, bay leaves, garlic powder with fresh garlic. One might say it's too much garlic, but it will enhance the flavor, just use moderation. Anyhow, when the spices are in the pot, I lower the heat and allow the meat to cook in its own juices while absorbing the said spices. I give it roughly 20 minutes. While the meat is stewing, I cut up and peel the potatoes. These will be used for the quote-unquote pancake. So there are a few ways to do this. Manual labor way is to get a grater, the jaggy side, and make the potato pulp yourself. Either that or use a blender or a thermostat. You know I'm lazy, the choice is obvious in this case. Regardless, when the potatoes are pulped, you will need to add in onions, crushed garlic, flour to combine it, eggs and seasoning. Afterwards they should look like this. Now set it aside and cover it with a cloth. This is a temporary measure to prevent the potatoes from oxidizing. Just after the meat had its time with the spices, I added water to further break down the meat. You could use things like chicken stock or beef stock, but I decided against it. Wanted to keep it as standard as possible. When the meat is nice and tender, add in the thickener so it becomes a stew. I use potato starch. I use 2 tablespoons and mix it with minimal water. This will prevent clumps of starch from forming. When everything is dissolved, add it to the pot and allow the starch to cook. This will activate it. To complete the stew, the only thing that's left is the final seasoning. Afterwards, set it aside on low heat to keep it hot. Remember that potato mix? Now it's time for the frying. Take the mixture and put it into a pan with very hot oil. What you're looking for is for the so-called pancake to be round and golden brown. Apparently the light itself wanted to tune into this. I'm not gonna lie, it was slightly annoying, but I had an extra viewer. When the edges start turning charred, flip it. This process is fast, so getting a feel for it is crucial. Just be careful with the oil so you don't burn yourself. Anyway, once everything is ready to go, place one pancake on a plate. Next, ladle the stew on the pancake and lastly put another one on top. To finish, put the stew on top with good cheese to garnish. This is easily on my top 5 tier list when it comes to food. It's just too good. Not only that, but it's easy to make. It's worth it, trust me. All that's left is to eat it. Smacznego i uwierz mi, że jest do czego. Thank you for watching, and remember to like and subscribe down below. And if you feel adventurous, throw in a comment. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.